Off some random schmandom. Pick his leader here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Lethal F, baby. And yet again, we have a rematch here going down in a best of 7. Liam White versus Hech1zero. A lot of rules here. We already had the back and forth banter before. Hech was playing on Xbox. That result ended up in a 3-0. I couldn't finish the... Or let me update the leaders. I could not finish the series, so they didn't end up getting a payout. Now we have a $50 donation from New York Legend, who has made and sponsored this show match that you are going to watch unfold here in front of your eyes. First map is Bedrock. A lot of rules here, so let me go through them really quick for you boys. It's going to be no node strat, no mirrors, no repeats, no leader baiting, 1 ban each, no Vortis, no colony, and no shipmaster. Those are all the rules.
Supply pad constructed. Supply pad upgrade complete.
Those are the rules that are going to be happening here today. Again, that's going to be Consano versus Decimus in game number 1. A double supply pad. Gen 3rd builds here. Liam overextending with the chopper on the back route here to try to snag a mini. Let's take a look at what he opened up. That's going to be a triple supply pad. Gen 4th build. Actually doing the exact same thing, trying to counter steal here as well. Again, both of these players have to step up their micro. We've watched Liam kind of choke up a little bit in that last series against Athrox. He was trolling just a little bit. See if he can turn it on up here. Second chopper is queued on over. First one is hunting. This game is fucking lagging for me.
Chopper under attack from enemy troops. Mini base complete.
Going on. Josie Z90, thank you for the follow, brethren.
Chopper ready to scout. Harvester constructed. Our base is under attack.
Happy you're back on board, boys. Alt tab back in. Again, this was a 3-0 in favor of Liam. Last time we saw this less than a week ago, right before the big series versus Yoda, which resulted in a 4-2 loss for Liam White. A lot of choppers being spammed here. 1 mini base picked up. 2 now stolen for Hech. Technician, hey brother, thank you for the subscription and the Prime. And again, thank you for that $5. You made that happen between Yoda and Liam, brother. You started it. We believed in it. We raised that $300 pot. And we watched that unfold in front of our eyes. Again, Liam lost that series 4-2. Battle of the streamers. And Liam opting in for the very aggressive play. We do see all of the minis taken from Hech except for this one stolen mini off to the side. This is so annoying. I'm like going to minimize my game. I don't know what is going on. My CPU is not maxed out. I don't know. It's just a laggy. It's a connection thing. 1 American, 1 Mexican, and 1 EU player. And Hech is now on PC. You see the a little bit of aggression coming out with that hell drop coming out of Consano, but the Bruce are on home here for Hech, and he's got a rally point that just snapped on home. That's a local rally point, by the way. Trying to do the same exact damage here to Liam White, who's now upgrading his 2nd harvester. Didn't finish picking up all of his natural resources because he's doing this 1 pump dump here, where he kind of invests a lot into T1, and this population, every single unit counts. A couple of choppers coming on home here. Got racks off to the side, and all of the minis are stolen for Hech1zero, and that's going to bring him up in the eco department, but he has to hang on to his population to keep that relevant. Again, we are seeing heat of battle versus Boundless Fury.
We need power. Call in a
The Boundless Fury, I forgot that first point is, but every time he kills something, you do get a small buff. Liam focusing the upgraded pads. He took away the upgraded gen. He's now focusing on the upgraded pad there. Again, I'm not dropping any frames. This game is just laggy here. That's why there's no audio drop as well. 1 turn on up home for Liam. Now setting down a Rax to try to defend his only generator. And Liam is now maining Hech1zero. Not the GPU. My GPU and CPU are running at 20%. It's just the game. But I do have a 5700 XT that is by the Power Devil. Power Devil, the color, Power Color series, the red. It's called the Red Devil from the Power Color. That's what it is. Liam White is maining Hech1zero, and this is how you punish players that overbuy on these minis. And just like that, game number 1 already is being given to Liam fucking White. This is a best of 7, boys. We saw the one pump dump there coming out of Liam White. Gonna opt in to allow him to take this series. And again, there's no repeats, no mirrors, no Vortis, no leader baiting. 1 ban each. That's Colony and Shipmaster. We will not see that in this series. As well as respectively for Vortis, who is broken. Game number 1, just like that. 1 pump dump from Desi. Didn't even utilize his Vortex. Was able to punish Hech1z for taking. My bitrate's at 6,000, bro. I have a 500 upload, by the way. It's the in-game, like the game freezes like this. It just does this to me right now. Even when I'm playing matchmaking or whatever it is, like, you know, it happens all the time. And you know, again, guys, we just went over these rules. That was no mirrors. If there is a mirror, we will play the same map. Both players have to repick a leader. No leaders will be burned. They just have to repick a leader. And we're gonna run that back on Frontier. Hech1z was complaining about this prior. He wanted mirrors. Atriox chosen for Frontier, so both of these players still choose Atriox in a different map, just not this one. They have to repick here. And that's the thing with overbuying minis. You get really comfortable. You're kind of replacing that eco if you do get pushed. But then again, it takes a while to get all of those units out because you spent all of that money on slots. And it takes a while to get that population up. But as soon as that population gets rolling, when you have overbought minis like that, but Liam did a great job showing us there how you punish that. Set up Hech1z for that. He knew Hech1z was going to come grab those minis. Now we are seeing the fire and ice showdown between these two players. Who... Oh, fuck me! Black screen. What's up with these black screens lately, man? Back out. Damn it. Back out. I'm gonna leave it. Can't even invite them. Lion Liam. Now we have to try to get Hech1z back in here. Jesus Christ. Well, Hech1z. Hech1z. Ooh, we don't want to kick him. That's a negative. Alright. Spectators. 4, again, no Vortis, no Colony, or Shipmaster. Those are the appropriated bans for both of these players. Alcansano and... Yeah. What I saw. Run this back as soon as Hech1z starts. takes so long, Hech1z. Again, guys, Hech1z is now on PC, so this is a fair and balanced match. Again, Liam opting in for Cansano. Coming out of Hech1z, both these players now on PC. There is no more complaints about an advantage over another. Single Marine opener, reply pad. Fan on out. Curious to see if he's going to hit the wings. Watch this pathing a little bit from Hech1z's Seto. Take his extra gas off to the side, we can see. And it looks like he's going to split to take the other one to challenge there as well. Gonna force him to take some natural blue up front and probably also in the back as well. The rally point already set very aggressively for Liam. Did watch him go armory first against the Throkes. He did lose that game. See the opening rabbit is going to throw on over and challenge for the gas up top mid.
Supply pad upgrade
Liam actually
complete.
opening up a second rabbit as well. And guys, this is a $50 show match. A lot on the line. That last game ended pretty quick. Again, it's Frontier. Nice small map. A lot of aggression. No excuses on this map. It takes micro. You got to macro correctly as well. And you got to keep those units alive and stick to your game plan. Second rabbit queued up for Hech1z as well. Gen 3rd build. Maybe a Gen 4th build coming out of Liam White. Just going to take some of the gas off to the side wing. Game is just fucking freezing up here left and right. We do see the mines drop down for Hech1zero, and he's going to delete that first rabbit, and Liam is now confused, and that's $200 down the drain. You replace that rabbit top mid with the Marine to be able to take that extra gas, but Hech1z's going to counter by overextending as well and taking Liam's respective first bundle of gas. Second rabbit comes on over to challenge the Marine, who's taken a lot of the gas off to the side there. This game is just freezing over and over, and we're going to watch Liam White click here for a second.
Supply pad constructed.
A lot of back and forth between these two players. They both want that $50 in their pockets. Go home and spend today on a nice Friday night. I am going to the mountains this weekend to the snow. It's a 2-minute delay, Jeffrey.
Mini base complete.
Type it in there for you. Allow you to get that condor out.
Supply pad
Be at your
constructed.
front door before you even know about it.
Our base is under attack.
Alright, let's jump back on board here. I think I have to reset my game. I don't know what is going on. A lot of supply pads down for Liam White. One rabbit overextending, come take a gander. We see a lot of spread of units here for Hech1z. Fine. Armory set down top mid, and again, that's going to be a Bison. That's 2 gens set for Hech1z, and 1 mini. That is now 4 minis for Liam White. Again, he's got to be able to scout this armory top mid because this is going to be the issue for Liam. Let's see if he knows about it. Yeah, he does. Got to peek at it now. Gonna have to be able to deal with that pretty soon here. One watchtower set down for Hech1z. We do second point kick in. It's gonna allow that aura, allow some freeze and a little bit of defense. Well, again, Liam saw this armory. That needs to be the focus. I think he wants to deny any more watchtowers and try to press onto the main here. I don't know if that's exactly the play. Watchtower's gonna come up and apply that freeze. We do see the mine set on the back side for Hech1z. Team does try to route in that direction. More rabbits for Hech1z to pop it on out here. Seeing a little bit of micro wiggle of the rabbits here. Shoot a little bit faster, and that's nades online for Liam White. 30 population versus 18, and Hech1z relying solely on watchtowers. Starts to press in here. It's going to be the counter push with the leader. And again, Liam saw that armory. He's got to come on home now. Actually in a position to be able to pick up his natural mini. Did get his back mini stolen as well. Liam's going to get punished here. Just so we saw him punished for overbuying mini. Hech1z overbuying minis. Liam is now being punished for not seeing that armory top mid and expecting that queso. And Hech1z is now in a fantastic position because he's now freezing his opponent's eco while setting up a second generator at home. We do see the double supply pads are upgraded. He's going for another here, trying to boost those leader points and set up his macro because he only has 2 minis concurrently at the moment. He just picked up this side mini, still hasn't built on it. That's 18 population versus 27. Liam does have a turn on up that is not in the ring and the aura to be able to get frozen there. That's the third point spent by Liam. That's going to be opted in for a turret drop. Look at Liam's eco in the bottom right here. I mean, it is just completely frozen. That is so disheartening. He's trying to do a little bit of a macro play here. He's going to clean that mini top middle. But again, the issue here is this leader. It even froze the turret that was dropped in from Liam White. He does have 2 active turrets in the back that are not in that aura or that ring. They're going to do some work here. He will lose this leader here pretty soon. And Hech1zero is going to pick up that mini that Liam just worked so hard for. Wow. Again, second point, he went the aura. We don't see the heal. Oh, fuck me. There's the heal. And we do see the hell drop coming down to additional damage. He's got to watch out for those mines that were preset. An anti-vehicle turret that he forced out of his opponent, and those mines going to do a ton of damage there. 33 population versus 40. Liam's eco is now coming back online here. He has to have a little bit of map denial to not let Serena get online again. All of the macro has been upgraded. An expansion has been set down for Hech1zero to get him some more pads. He lost that top mid mini. But again, a lot of the Hech1 likes to play for harassment. Doesn't like to fight your army heads on up. He'll fight it with the leader and throw that unit, which he can build back in 45 seconds. Let's take a look at the leader points here. So Hech1's already... We saw Liam's 4th point, so Liam's actually ahead. He's almost on his 4th point here. Hech1's still kind of far behind in that, and that's due to the fact that he doesn't have any slots. Now over buying in the bases as well. That's going to force his opponent to take his eyes thus in that direction. We do see the armory set back down. Hech1 did re-queue the leaders. The game's frozen. I don't know what to do. Don't see the leader queued. Does look like he's going for a fortification build. He might just... He has to remember he has to kill every single unit that overextends. Hech1 does like to backdoor and cheese. Bought another mini, setting on some pre-mines. Liam White is all uniting away. There's the 4th point kicking in there for Liam White. Hech1's still not quite there yet. Liam White knows about this other base. He does not. Kill 1 expansion. Liam wants to expand, but Hech1's going to pick that up. Now Liam's focus is also going to turn in this direction. Instantly hits it with a hell drop to get some free damage inside. They deny 1 expansion. Hech1 sitting on another, opted in for a 4th base to be able to buy. But his eco is set up very well. But here's the issue. He's now in T2, trying to get his bison back on out. But he has 18 population and he is broke from buying these bases. He needs to get these slots online long enough to be able to get that, to balance out that eco and macro a little bit more here. Liam playing very standard here. He has some nice map control. Insano's hog drop was already burned. He's going to be able to deny this extra expansion. And Liam is doing the math. We saw his cursor flick on over to go check for the extra base here. We'll watch as this unfolds. He's going to notice that as well. And Hech1's going to be in a bad spot here. Again, relying solely on his bison. 23 pop versus 72. This is starting to add up here for Hech1.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Got an overextended node, sending a couple of Marines. Again, he's trying to get to that 5th point. He wants to be able to backdoor, push your base with a leader, and drop in the drop as well. And those preset mines already doing some damage to those hogs. Gales in the sky. No detection units currently from Liam. He doesn't come on home and try to defend as well. Hech1 still not too far from... Hech1 still pretty far from his 5th point. He has a game plan in mind. Got to be able to execute it. He's catching up to Liam in leader points here. Expansion, which he dearly needs, just got upgraded. Gale's going to be focused. Leader's going to be chased a little bit. Has to set on down. Turret comes on down to add some extra damage. Hogs need to do some rams. Mines come on down as they ram and focus this leader. 71 population versus 30. Leader's gonna fall. It's not gonna fall. It's still alive in the heal. Wow, he smoked his own unit. Liam has no detect here. The play is coming out of Hech1z. The turret is auto-targeting random units. He's gonna try to heal up his leader here and play some more defense. Liam White, 68 population, and saving up for that big drop. He's right on the cusp of it. He knows exactly what is going on. The leader's gonna get his... Oh my goodness. So 2 smokes, was able to get his shield back online. Hot drop falls in here. 80 pop for Liam versus 16. Focusing the leader. Steel comes down to bring it back to full health. All of these units are slowly freezing, eating this aura that is so annoying to deal with. Flame wall comes down from Consano to keep adding some damage here. And it's all or nothing here for Hech1z. He needs this expansion. He has no slots on the map. He only has 1 respective mini. He is overextended on the back end quite a little bit. See air pads popping up. Liam does not want to continue dealing with this aura. So he's going to get some air in the sky. Watchtowers are trying to be spanned from Hech1z, and Liam doing a great job microing here, trying to keep those at bay. We should see that leader pop back on now. We do not see any production buildings from Hech1z. This has all been eco for 10 minutes now as we approach the 11-minute mark. 5th point is almost online for Hech1z. 5th point has been online for quite some time for Liam, except he's just overpopulated right now. He has 1 expansion with an extra gen on it. He's being cheeky and buying that other expansion as well. He knows this one's going to drop from Hech1z, and Hech1z's first reaction is to be able to go ahead and grab another expansion. Dearly needs slots. Hech1z's going to get away with clearing out a mini. Let's see who picks it on up. Hech1z snaps on over. Wanted to take a cheeky base. Notice that Liam already bought it. But again, we're going to see that push. And Liam is partially set up here as 1 anti-vehicle for those tanks that'll drop from that big drop. Liam now baiting the bases for his opponent here. Now his opponent's in the exact same position Liam was 6 minutes ago. This is going to get rough for Hech1z. Liam floating a lot of eco here. He's now going to be able to push with Inferno with a full pop here and pretty much all of his drops back online. This leader is the only defensive unit left in the pocket for Hech1z. Got a big drop. He has to decide where he wants to utilize it. Is it going to be in the back? Is it going to be at home? Is it going to be on the main? Hech1z knows that Inferno's coming. That was a preemptive heal. We did not see the Inferno drop. He was expecting that to be instant. 68 pop for Liam. Big drop and a leader here for Hech1z. Liam doesn't necessarily have to overcommit here. We do see the full defense. That was the wombo combo Hech1z was looking for, was that big drop. He's got 2 tanks on the floor to rally alongside his leader, and it looks like Liam White's going to back on now. 36 pop versus 27, and he's had this expansion on for quite some time. I hope we do see some production buildings coming out of Liam. Got a lot of eco to be able to spend it.
Supply pad constructed.
Waste the heal. Oh no, that was Liam's heal. Holy shit! I thought it was a preemptive heal from Hech1z. That was a heal from Liam White as he's aggressively pushing into this game and try to stay in here. We see the rally points set to home. We do see the double air pad set up as well. And Liam is now going into T3, be able to get that Hornet upgrade, and he's bought every single base. He's only missing this mini on this backside, but again, all of the cheeky plays from Hech1z are now out of the pocket. You see the big drop continuously challenging here alongside the leader. 1 Gale there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for everybody for the support. And game number 2 is going to be handed over to Liam as well. Again, we saw a Trox mirror opted in for it, but the rules are no mirrors. Both of these players had a repick just like that. Game number 2 over in 14 minutes. Quick series. This could be a quick one, boys. I don't know. It's a best of 7. It was 3-0 last time we saw these two go at it. Favor of Liam, and Liam being consistent and taking it 2-0 for this $50 show match brought to you by New York Legend. Again, guys, everybody, thank you for the support. I'm sorry I didn't get to cast Liam versus Yoda. We had some hiccups, some hardware issues. Actually, it wasn't hardware issues. I had internet issues. I went through 3 modems, and we finally fixed my ISP to get my upload speed back up to where it was supposed to be. But again, we are now watching Liam versus Hech1z in a best of 7, and score is 2-0 in favor of Liam White. Liam playing absolutely aggressive today, punishing Hech1z. And again, this is coming down to knowing your opponent over knowing the matchup. Yes, there's some things that you have to dodge. He knew those watchtowers were going to be an issue. Hech1z got greedy and started to overbuy after macroing so well on those bases. But Liam White, right on it, knew exactly his opponent, checked his natural expansion, checked his opponent's natural expansion, checked the wings, was able to deny all that, rack up those leader points, and close out that game. Game number 2 there. Kick off things here on Mirage. We're now watching Cutter versus Pavium. We're going to see no Vortis, no Colony, no Shipmaster. So both of these players do have a lot of leaders to choose from. Colony is one of Hech1z's mains. Does like the cheeky plays. He's going to open up a grunt unit here. The sword top middle, we see that rally point set top middle, so we saw all of his opening grunts gathering a ton of blue off rip. And we see a chopper in tow as well. Liam White setting his rally flag to be able to try to steal a mini. This can be oppressive for Cutter, but if played correctly, he should be able to muscle through that chopper opening. See all of the units gather some blue in the front there. The sword top middle to try to gather that yellow. And the chopper is in tow. We should see this burnout kick in here.
Augmented harvester upgrade complete.
Gonna plop down. Liam's gonna be able to steal a mini as well as pick up his natural mini, and he's secured his gas. So normally when you're facing up against a banished player, they're gonna challenge your gas and try to steal your mini. You normally have to choose which poison, pick your poison, which you want to lose. Hech1z was a little late to that because of the early pathing that he had, and he opted in for it. But another chopper is on out. Triple supply pad opener. He's going to try to go grab his mini and notice it's gone. And Liam's already in sight lines to pick up his second natural mini. That is going to be a Gen 4, a third, or 4. Gen 4th. Gen 4th. Get it together, Lethal. And he lost a little bit of that power. Lose the top mid as well. Hech1z's going to secure that. But look at Liam playing smart. He overextended, grabbed that, was able to poke and prod, and come and pick up that gas off to the side. Hech1z's going to come back and try to pick it up and notice that rabbit there, but at least he did get enough to be able to upgrade this generator without being punished too hard. Now setting down a ton of supplies. Here's to see if we're going to see rabbits or a leader. We'll find out here in just a second. That is an armory 5th. Hech1zero now forced to buy the top middle mini and pick up his respective mini at home. And still hasn't built on. He's microing a lot. He's got a lot of choppers on the field, and he wants to kill a lot of units, but it's costing him at his own micro. Saving up for that second gen. He could have bought it earlier, but he decided to pick up the mini. Setting down a supply pad top mid. Probably going to see another here as well. We're probably going to see a nice chopper pump coming out of Hech1zero. Team in a great spot to be able to pump a lot of Marines respectively as well. But he does dearly need this leader, and he also needs nades. So these nodes are going to be the name of the game for this Cutter player to stay and keep up in this T1 fight that's inevitably going to happen. We're already seeing a turret come down, so that's a little bit of a wariness. Hech1z feeling a little uncomfortable already, not deciding to pump some units over and playing some defense over pumping some units. Getting the harvester set. Point 2 has now kicked online for both of these players. That burnout should almost be back online. 24 population versus 21 currently at the moment. Again, the name of the game is going to be those nodes for Cutter here. He's got to play a little bit of defense. Wait till he gets that leader on out. Wait till he gets his nades on up as well. Curious to see if he's going to upgrade the leader first or go for nades. Again, Hech1z trying to hunt here with some choppers. You see a rack stop mid, jump pack brutes coming on up, so the pressure is going to begin from Hech1z. 36 pop versus 36 population. See the macro set down. Upgraded pads, upgraded gens. Hech1z naturally trying to flow out here as well. Picking up grunts over choppers. Curious. Curiousa and Curiosia. Team starting to notice the grunt numbers here. Should be a fair game for Liam to be able to take. His Spartan is going to be upgraded. Nades are no longer going to be forced from him. Here's to see if Hech1z can start pumping some suies here. Yeah, he's got him queued up on the racks. And trying to pick up his nodes. He pumped a lot of grunts. Hech1z loves his grunts. He loves his grunt nades. That's the T1 Hech1z likes to play. He doesn't like to play the scout game. So see how this works out. So this is where the micro issues are going to come in. We see the base unlocked. The jump routes are coming on out. Nice Spartan slam. A little premature because a lot of units are still coming on out. The Sui is still full health. Spartan's caught in an animation. He's going to take a lot of damage there. And that's what's going to be the focus. He barely loses his shields. Mines are being plopped, but a nice spread of Marines. The concavity in top middle is going to be fantastic from Liam. Going to help him avoid some of these Suis as well, getting his Spartan out of the fight. The grunts taking the nodes are now rallying on him. We see 2 nodes to 150 population versus 36. Third point now online. All of the focus is on the Spartan who's in the garrison. ODST comes down, and that's going to be a heal for Hech1z as he tries to hold his footing here and try to kill that Spartan. Still continuously pumping Suis. The production buildings are up front for him, respectively. That was a big bank from Liam White there. He's going to throw some satchels and try to get rid of the production because that's his issue right now. He's trying to rally in his infantry here, but it's continuously being picked by Suis, and that's just annoying. You have the slows from the shrapnel mines, and then you have the pop from the Suis as well. And that's just continuous damage. They're just basically anti-units to just take away 1 unit at a time. And if clustered, they can do a lot of damage here. So that production building is gone. Thank you for the follow. Oh, be safe. Thank you for the sub, brother. He's subscribed for 24 months. That's a day 1 right there, brethrens. That is a day 1 for you right there. We saw Hech1z. He was able to overextend and clear out that mini. He's got a couple of jump appers that did split off, so a lot of micro happening here. Again, Liam focusing the production up top mid, but he is going to get pushed at home from a couple of routes. He's feeling very comfortable. He shouldn't be expecting this backdoor play that Hech1z is now going to be able to pull off here. And again, we saw that heal on third point, so we won't see a rain of fire at home just quite yet. Spartan is back in the fight. He's out of the garrison. Shield is on up. Can help clean up some of these units. Should notice the Bruce on home, and he's probably going to be able to get that generator.
Our base is under attack. Barracks constructed. Command center upgrade complete.
Going to be top mid. Trying to make a play. Going to be able to take that gen. Liam is in tech 2. It does have 2 nodes. That's going to help keep him alive. But again, this production is the biggest issue here. Hech1z is going to be counting for that. Let's take a look at the leader points. Liam is now around the corner from 4th point, and Hech1z just picked up his 4th point, and that's going to be a rain of fire. We didn't see that in the first 3 points, but we will see that on the 4th, and he's just starting to chip away at Liam's macro here. Liam's going to pick up 4th point as a heal to protect that gen. He will lose the supply pad. Spartan Slam comes down to be able to save the fight. We see an air pad set down immediately. He did lose this this mini off to the side. Actually now opting in for an expansion. It's already online. Again, this focus was top middle. He cleared it out, but Hech1z's going to pick it back on up. Liam trying to get some pre-damage inside of it while he was defending. Liam stuck in a hard place in a rock again. Got to be able to get this macro online to be able to keep up with Hech1z. He was ecoing very, very well. Again, due to Pavium's burnout here. Get alt eco on the base, upgrading the pads here. Upgrading the pads off to the side, trying to boost those leader points. Wants to get to that lich while hurting his opponent's macro. Trying to set a war cancel top mid. Guys, the stream isn't lagging. It's just the game. I don't know if I have to reset the game or what. Maybe I'll do it after this game. Reset the game. I don't know why it does this. My CPU usage is 20%. My GPU is at 20%. Everything is solid. It's not on my end. I'm not dropping frames. I've dropped 0.01% of frames. I don't know. The game just randomly decides to freeze. I thought it was a server issue that they fixed. We do see the counter units poking on out for Hech1z, who's inevitably in T2. The only production building he is off to the side. Trying to get his leader on out, upgrading the leader before popping it on out. Again, trying to keep these nodes. Liam's had two nodes for quite some time. Macro was hurt here, but we do know that he did push with that rain of fire, and that was hurting. That hurt him really bad, so we should see that pick back on up here in about a minute or so. Top mid, ODST comes down, heal is set down as well. Again, he wants to get that leader out and upgrade it. Infantry level 1 up for Liam. You see the ranger in the garrison on top, mid. And we're probably going to see the swing one more time. Hech1z does this perfectly every minute and a half, every 2 minutes. Maybe sometimes even less if he gets away with a lot. And Hech1z picking it one more time. Liam trying to expand off to the side. Hech1z is online again. That one production building off to the side for him respectively. Again, he's just trying to boost his leader points. He wants to get to that lich as fast as possible. We're going to see that pretty much here at the 10-minute mark. We already see the little cluster off to the side that's going to push in here. We're going to see a rain of fire. We're going to see a lich come down, and we're going to see how Liam White responds to that. Feeling very cocky the first two games and healing his opponent's main here. There's the lich online. Nico's set up perfectly, perfectly for it to be able to spend and buy it. He's got to save a little bit more. He's got to get 600 power to be able to drop it. And probably a little bit more for the Rain of Fire. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the Rain of Fire is, and this map is slowly turning in favor of Hech1z. Maybe he wasn't ready, maybe he wasn't. The Lord of War was not with him just quite yet. But he is definitely in his bag currently at the moment. Alright, if Almirante types lag again, somebody ban him.
Our base is under attack.
Leader power ready.
Here is that push. Here it comes. Anti-infantry already up for Liam, expecting a re-push. Hech1zero right on the cusp of saving it. It does take 600. I don't know how much it costs for the Rain of Fire, but it shouldn't be too much. Watchtower is on up. He does see that hit squad and back. He's got a sword on home to be able to fight it. But again, it's a lot of grunts, a couple of base damage, and we're going to see it's going to be a massive macro hit here. Liam White again clearing the top mid mini for the 4th time in a row. There is the Lich placed on the top corner to help get rid of the turret. Root's going to jump on in. One Ranger in the mix. Grunts as well to help deny any air units. Liam tries to save the gen, but that's going to be immediately popped. Trying to rally his units into the smoke to be able to heal and fight as well. See that Rain of Fire most likely on the back end. Will save the heavy pad, but he did lose that gen because it did have some free damage on it. A lot of units here. This is 78 population versus 59, and a lot of that is queued for Liam and trying to rally on in. Again, the Rain of Fire coming down, hurting the macro here. And this just benefits Hech1z so much because these are core units and they are so cheap. You can just continuously pump them over and over and over, and the amount of base damage that they provide is actually quite disgusting. Watch Hech1z click here. He tries to close out this game here at the 12-minute mark and try to bring this series back to 2-1. We saw the 3rd gen snap on home there. He's online. He's upgraded in the background. Again, sitting on 75 pop. He's an ODST come down. Got a Ranger in the mix as well. He's now healing Liam White's respective base with his own heal there. Again, Liam doesn't like to quit. He'll sit on this whole game, and he's actually going to quit. Just like that, boys, we got a series. We're back now 2-1. That's a game in game number 3 there, going down on Mirage. I'm coming. Boys, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. I'm going to reset my app. Be back in just a second.
Supply pad constructed.
Jackrabbit, raring to go.
Supply pad upgrade complete. Supply pad constructed.
We're under fire over here!
Supply pad constructed.
I'm under fire here. Can anyone assist?
Mini base ready to use.
I'm under attack. Need support.
Generator constructed. Mini base complete. Generator upgrade complete. Supply pad constructed. Supply pad upgrade complete. Barracks constructed. Supply pad constructed. Supply pad upgrade complete.
Jackrabbit, under fire. Over.
Supply pad constructed.
Hellbringer crew ready.
Holy shit, what did we miss, boys? Forge versus Yap Yap. Let's take a gander. A lot of red on the map. One double mini, one respective mini, another respective mini from Liam White. Didn't see what he opted in to build for. We don't see a second gen quite set down quite yet. One fodder is checking out exactly what's going on. So we're seeing a triple supply baz. Take a look at over. We're seeing a production building out of Hech1zero. That's going to be a forward racks already upgraded harvester there. Another one being upgraded as well. No second gen, and it's a triple racks build coming out of Hech1zero. It looks like he's opting in for heavy grunts. I did see some riders, or one rider in the mix. Both players did respectively take their both sides. Liam White hasn't picked up his first known yet. We are seeing double mines. That's going to be the second point from Hech1zero as we approach the 3-minute mark. I apologize. I missed the first 2 minutes of the game, but again, it is Vault, and normally we don't see too much action too early on. It looks like the pressure is going to begin here at the 3-minute and 45-minute mark. As Hech1zero soars on in for the double mini. Again, he likes to overextend. We usually see a backdoor play. We shouldn't see everything routed here concurrently. Second gen is set for Liam White. Turret's coming on up. One fodder is on the backside. Hechi's going to save this unit for later on. He wants to dump that for his 4th point. Again, he loves gimmicks and games and drops on your main. He loves to hurt your eco. Again, this is game number 4 going down on Vault. I hate watching Rift, so we'll push that off to game number 5. Normally that's the 3rd map in the rotation. But see how this unfolds here. Again, Liam White has to deal with a lot of pressure. 72 population versus 54. Again, he's Forged, floating a lot of eco. Again, trying to get into Tech 2. Set off one red bar Grunt Rider. Pressures to be your top mid. Liam's got the perfect composition here. He's got leader, Marines and Flamers. Listen that leader to be able to kick on in. Liam upgrading to T2.
Our base is under attack.
Slot wasn't pre-damaged too much. Perfect composition here. A lot of these expensive heavy grunts. You see the MP shot down. That is the upgrade there. For Hechi. Finally got rid of the 3rd Rax there. His 2nd generator is on a Mexican gen that's set off to the side. The Rax is still forward here. Grunt Riders and heavy grunts is what he's opting in for. He's now going to push towards the main a little bit. Pull his opponent's attention elsewhere. Couple of choppers and heavy grunts pushing on up here. We do see the armory set down forward as Liam gets into T2 now. Setting down a Rax. He's going to probably opt in most likely for dispersion. Seeing the 3rd point set down there, that's going to be the turrets. And those should autofocus the closest building, which is going to be the turret here, along with some building damage. Liam does have to turn around and send some units in that direction, respectively. Take a look at his eco here. Again, he has a Rax down. Let's see if he opts in to pick up that dispersion. He just overqueues Hellbringers and opts in to upgrade his turret. Oh, it's building a turret. I'm sorry. Another Rax set out there. Well, Armory's put forward. He's not queued on it. 66 pop versus 71. Scatterbomb comes down on the base damage. Those Grunt Riders are super tanky units and do a lot of damage to anything. You have a great stun. A Y ability will be a stun. Hechi trying to lean into the turrets a little bit, trying to fight Liam White here at his main. Again, we know he loves to hurt your macro. Doesn't like those heads-up fights. Another leader on point for Hechi. Dispersion has now kicked on in for Liam. Don't see the Marine nades yet, so the choppers will still be an issue for him. And the Hechi doing a great job boosting his leader points here. Now rewriting all of his new queued units over to the double mini. That is 4th point online for Liam. We're seeing that drop in. It's a dicey drop here. I guess it might still be enough choppers, and Liam doing a great job focusing the Grunt Riders, focusing what he has counter units for, sitting here at home. Upgraded turret that's kicking on in. Gonna set down 4th point as a heal. Probably rally his units on into the heal. Force Hechi to fight here as well. Getting 2 base damage units we can see right in the middle. Watch the micro here as it unfolds in front of our eyes. Liam has an anti-vehicle turret online that's going to help get rid of that wagon, which is causing a buff and debuff at the exact same time. Another base damage unit. Looks like Hechi let up a little bit. Maybe a micro issue. Should have gotten rid of that double mini, and Liam is picking up an expansion off to the side. Hechi has not opted to expand yet. Just continuously applying the pressure here. One mine. Looks like it did go off. Oh, it did go off. Out of that double mini. Ugh. Second one goes off. Not an issue now. He's got his infantry here. That's going to be the dispersion. It's got 1 anti-vehicle turret, and he's opting in to really muster in, pump that dispersion there. It's going to help him clean up the map a little bit. Again, Yapia has a lot of free units and a lot of eyes everywhere. More double mines being set down. Actually trying to pick up his expansion, and Liam doing a great job. Got a unit. If we take a look, he's got a unit on hold here for his natural, or his extra expansion off the side. His natural, he just scouted now and saw that's coming online. So he just has to consistently watch out for these backdoor plays and start to bound on up here. We saw 4th point invested into a heal. That's respectively going to be a drop for Hechi. Look at that local rally point. All of these units local rally pointed from the top middle. That's a lot of micro control from Hechi.
The enemy has captured our power node.
Splitting his units perfect. He's got a global, another local, and one more local set off to the side here.
Grenade throw,
Probably going to want to see an anti-infantry out of Liam White respectively. Grenade thrower is online. Armory was reset after he did lose this double mini up top mid. Third gen being set down for Liam. And trying to macro. Trying to invest into his eco. And I want to push with his Grizzlies. We didn't see the Kodiak drop. Opted in from 4th point.
Generator upgrade complete.
Liam White does see the rally point off to the side. Does see the units kind of soaring in that direction.
Supply pad constructed.
Finally seeing a foundry. Let's take a look at back at home for Hech1z. Opted in to pick up a foundry. Again, 3rd gen is set. A lot of macro here. Forward production buildings here is going to be a raid camp and an apex. Try to come on home a little bit and try to defend his expansion there. Does have 2 nodes to none. Turret drop comes in on home. This is dire for Liam because he needs to protect that. And also there's this random chopper off to the side that will poke back in with that drop. So let's see where Hech1z decides to drop it in. Locust now coming on out for Hech1z. Liam trying to deny the production buildings here. Those are Locusts coming on out. Those in numbers can be devastating, obviously to buildings, but to units as well.
Turret constructed.
Liam cleaning up where that local rally point was set. Field dispersion soaring on out. Hech1z's going to clear out that natural mini for Liam White. Wow, look at those turrets focusing the main. Look how much damage they did to that expansion there. The chopper tries to come in for the drop, and it's going to immediately get evaporated by that anti-vehicle turret. Again, a lot of map here control here for Hech1z, and Liam's got to catch on up here pretty soon.
Under attack.
Looks like this is the push Hech1z wants. Got the garrison. 1 watchtower and a turret is on up.
Marines under hostile
No anti-vehicle turrets for Liam. Production building was cancelled out. Vehicle upgrade. Finally seeing the war councils. That's exactly what he needs to be able to do these consistent pushes. And that's the big bank spent from Liam. 48 population. And a big chunk of that is these Grizzlies as he tries to deny this expansion here. He did see the Locusts. We should see the counter push that Hech1z has to do inevitably. And that is the double drop. That is 5th point spent in the double drop there. It is an expensive drop. It's 1,600. Or is it 1,800? I think it's 1,600, 1,800. I don't know. It's an expensive drop either way. Forge is finally in the mix to be able to clear up a couple of scattered units there. Him falling apart in the mini department. He's got to pick them up to keep his macro online. Did take the node back top middle and the natural mini for Hech1z. Now he has these Grizzlies coming on home for Hech1z, who's trying to get some turrets on up. 1 mine set down. Ah! That's an 2 anti-vehicle turrets that are going to come online in the background, but let's see how long that they can last here. Buying Liam a lot of time. Does have to come home and deal with this push that's at home as well. I know he wants to get antsy and try to close this game. 2 anti-vehicle turrets. They're not focusing the same unit. They're volleying between... Oh no, they're both focusing that back unit and missing some shots, fortunately. Red Dome comes on home. Now 6th point for Hech1z. Double drop. Grunt Dome, dispersion, not focusing. He's trying to kill the production. He's trying to kill the gens. And now he has his units fighting. Forge is in the mix along with the counter production. I mean, the counter units heal again. We saw that for 4th point for Liam. Set down for the Grizzlies as they cancel out 1 turret. 1 more anti-vehicle turret in the back. 1 red bar Grizzly is off to the side, not healing. And fortunately that turret switched gears and switched units there. And now Hech1z is in a predicament. He's trying to do some base damage here. He lost all of his base damage. The only one that's left is the Locust. He lost all the riders there, but Forge can help clean that on up. He got stunned by the Grunt. Day drop is back on up. I'm curious to see where he's going to set it down at. Hech1z's going to slowly start getting stripped. Yeah, he has to apply some pressure here. War Castles will be cancelled out. Does have another one top mid, so Grunt Goblin's coming out in here in a second. And the beam comes down on 7.4 Hech1z. Liam, we can see him splitting. He is fully aware of exactly what's going on. Going to snap back on home and clean up everything back here. He looks like he did lose 1 heavy supply pad and 2 turrets. But that's not too shabby. Still missing this mini off to the side. This Grizzly play was just fantastic. Look at this red bar off to the side. Not 1 unit here to deal with it. The turrets did do some damage, but Jesus Christ, they do some damage. Holy cow, this one fodder probably will kill this tank if it makes it over there. Great micro from Liam White here playing some defense, and great micro harassment from Hech1z. Look at it, he's just continuously throwing units here. Another turret comes online. It's not upgraded, but Forge is in the mix, but he's red bar. Gotta be careful here, you gotta get out, brother. Go Forge! His shield's coming out! Nice! Save! Dispersion comes on home for the defense. Liam White picking up that double mini. And again, these tanks, look at it, fully stripping this base here. One unit could not kill it. You look back at Hech1z lost that expansion. Top middle, we saw that when the Grizzlies originally pushed. Trying to pick one up on the side. Small little push is a little overwhelming here. Forge is back in the mix, got his shield back on up. We did see a scatter that was negated by the leader heal there. Again, some anti-units here are working on out for Liam. Fully stripped Hech1z's main except for one extractor. Finally see that unit be destroyed by some fodder. Leaders near to help clean these tanks up, and this brought Liam back into the game. 57 population versus 64. We see a T2 expansion because he dearly needs the slots. Hech1z did take that natural mini back, but he's not picked up the top mid, but he did end up gathering Liam White's first respective node. Liam White doing some cleanup here. Gotta keep these turrets online. Probably needs a fortifications here pretty soon, so these turrets can help hold while he wants to push. A great push with the Grizzlies, very cost effective. Completely pretty much stripped all of Hech1z and brought his main down to less than a third.
Infantry level 1 research.
Xavier, I see your comment.
Our base is under attack.
Again, Hech1z just needs these slots now. He had pure map control, and now Liam White's bounding back on up. Liam White just has to watch for that sneaky little push here. He's got to get some turrets back online to be able to stay alive here. Couple turrets back on his expansion. We see pure eco and one production. Double rack still at home. Dispersion's been paying off for him for quite some time here. Double minis being pushed by a big drop once more. And Forge is coming on over to take a gander. You see that Hech1z's base is healed. He's going to have to bone on out. The Grizzly Battalion's back online. Liam cannot afford it, nor does he have the population. Liam White's going to sack some units here as he tries to continuously save forward. He's got to save every single dollar if he wants to push back in on that.
I don't want to alarm you, but our base is under attack.
And Hech1z getting a little defensive here. He's starting to... Normally you see him posture everything up everywhere through the map, but right now he's stacking completely all of his units. He's only got leaders and a big drop. 87 population versus 65. A lot of that's going to be fodder, and he dearly needs this expansion online as we are hitting the 17-minute mark after getting his base fully stripped there. Kodiak drop now online for Liam White. Has the high ground, and this is going to be an issue for Hech1z here. He's trying to counter with turrets. That is the upgraded turret point. We do see the 6 turrets online for him. Forge's shields are down. Beam comes down. Heavy middle heal comes down to try to counter that. We haven't seen Scatter Bomb online yet. Liam's still saving up for that Grizzly drop. It was an expensive drop for Liam to lose. But vice versa, Hech1z is fighting with his expensive drop. You see the Scatter Bomb? Viability's already been burnt for Forge. Again, these leaders can negate that really well. They're not sitting with their respective leaders here to get some heals on up. Let that lag disappear. Looks like it kicked back in a little bit there. Resetting that app definitely got help get rid of it. And another Grizzly Battalion back on Hech1z's main. He's got to come home to deal with it. He needs these goblins to be able to do the base damage or the damage to be able to hurt these Grizzlies. See the mine there on defense. And Liam's maining it. We might see a scatter bomb here as well. Holy shit, you need to get home. Where's that grunt dome? Oh my god, is he gonna scatter it? Oh my god. He's maining it with 3 Grizzlies. Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit. Now he's buying every base on the map, upgraded the one up front to a T1 base. Forge is in the mix, a $3,000 drop, got rid of a main. Viability with the scatter bomb to help clean up the rest of the units. And game number 4 on Vault is going to be handed over to Liam. Sorry, that's game number 5. Bring this $50 show match. 3-1. Wow. One grizzly drop is going to be able to save. I mean, to completely dump that main. Holy shit! Again, guys, no repeats, no mirrors, no Vortis, no node strat. One ban each, that's Colony and Shipmaster, and no mirrors. Mirror happens, they repick this new leaders for the same map. No leaders are burned. Game number 6 here. And that win over to white. No, it's game number 4. Why am I bugging? Now we're on game number 5 on Rift. Sorry, guys. Fucking excited. That was crazy. Caught out of position with the drop. Wow. What a play. And buckle up. This is Rift. This is a mini century in my eyes. We're now seeing Trox versus Decimus. Again, no Vori, no Colony, and no Shipmaster. We have not seen an elite leader pop up from either of these players. One of them is banned. I didn't see who was who. Liam is Trox, game number 5. Atriox. Big free decimate. Again, it's a banished face-off. Battle the choppers, battle the grunts. Who knows? It's anybody's game. We'll see how this unfolds in front of our eyes. Seeing a double grunt opener coming out of Liam White with a double supply pad. Some nice natural pathing. Picked up the forward blue here. Had his last unit pick up that back blue. And that will pick up the mini off to the side. Immediately picks up his mini up front. Does not want to get stolen. Did a drive-by with the grunt as it paths on over to the extra gas off to the side. We do see the cheeky grunt coming out of Decimus trying to fork these minis here. But Liam's pathing looks like it's right on point. He just needs to get to that back spot. He might lose that back mini still. Does he Gen 3rd build coming out of Hech1, who is Decimus. Well, it's going to be a close one, boys. Who's looking? Liam's staring at it. Hech1 just snapped on over. Ah, Liam gets it. That's perfect timing. He doesn't know that grunt was there. But if that was a chopper, he probably would have lost it. Hech1 trying to pick back on up here. He's going to grab his mini. Challenge for the gas over the side, but Liam's going to get majority of it. He didn't get his own gas, respectively. And let's watch Hech1 click here just a little bit. Again, both of these players are on PC. Again, game number 5 scores 3-1 in favor of Liam. This is for 50 bones, $50. Thank you to New York Legend for keeping the stream alive, boys. 67 viewers, guys. If you have not heard already, I just want to thank everybody for participating and help raising that $300 as we saw Liam versus Yoda go down last weekend. That was a best of 7. It ended up in a 4-2 in favor of Yoda. Again, both of those players have respective tournaments coming on at the end of this month. Liam White's is in February. I will be help casting alongside him with that. But guys, enjoy the I enjoy all of the support that you guys have given. It's absolutely amazing. And we saw a great series between those two, and I look forward to seeing some other big show matches like that. I think that's the biggest show match that we've seen for $300, and that was Community Thrones. So again, thank you for Technician, thank you Joseph, thank you New York Legend, thank you FlashFox, thanks Sir Ravishin as well. Thank you everybody for the support and donating for that. Let's get back on over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Actually trying to wrangle up some gas here. Trying to get back into the saddle. Again, he's down 3-1 for a $50 show match. We watched this happen less than a week ago. That was sitting at 3-0 in favor of Liam. It is now 3-1 still in favor of Liam. As we're watching it go down on Rift, you do see a War Council, 24 pop versus 20. And it looks like Liam White is opting in to go Council 5th. It is the Trox is on the field. Also opting in to expand pretty quick here. Playing a little bit of a defensive game style, probably for the first 5 minutes. But as he balances his numbers up in population, he will be able to push on out. No double gen set just quite yet, floating a lot of blue. We should see that set down. Most likely should have seen that set down already. And he's got to deal with these grunts, these massive grunts that Hech1 dearly loves and needs. And we don't see a Lich in pocket for him this time, but we do know that he has the big Decimus drop at that 5th point mark. Curious to see how Atriox is going to try to deal with this. 1 node taken for Liam. 1 starting to be taken for Hech1, but a little bit of irregular pathing. He's taking the first mini off to the side as if he's playing 3s. Not taking his first respective node. Normally for threes, if you're on one of these side wings, one of these side bases, it's your job to take that side node. So that is now sitting 2 nodes for Liam. He does have vision with his 4 garrison. Trox is gonna go hunting. Nighthawk, thank you for the follow, brother. In. Welcome to the babies. Lethal Lab babies. Front coming into Scum Scout. Second gen is set. Turrets coming on up. We're seeing a Rax forward. Harvester second. We should see a second Rax come down as well. Trox is hunting right now. Liam has no idea that the Warlord is, the Lord of War is out on the field. Lord of War has to bring this game back in the series. If he Hech1zero on the plank here, he's got a double gen set. It is upgraded, upgrading shrapnel rounds in the background over upgrading his leader. 52 population versus 38. We are seeing a swing along the side. This is most likely to be a vortex push here, along with the grunt mines. Hech is dearly known for this. And Liam White should have had some defense ready for this. We're going to see these shrapnel mines come down on a vortex on home. Here's to see what gen he's going to prioritize. And the vortex, wow, it's going to focus that turret. It's going to be canceled by Liam, and the rest of it's going to be focused on this back gen. 52 pop versus 36. One Sui does come on home. Liam was expecting this a little bit. Trox needs to get home here to help clean it up. More Suis on home. Again, playing pure defense in the beginning. Warlord up front now, upgrading the base. 23 seconds. We see the Y ability come slamming down. Double Rax as the Suis come on home. As Atriox's Bulwark, that is 3rd point for Liam as he holds this push. Bulwark's going to save that gen. Brutes are coming on out now respectively. We don't see the, we do see fortification was opted in for. We don't see the Brutes dropping mines, so countermeasures is not going to be a thing in this series. 48 population versus 48, and a lot of that's queued for Hech. He did take that center node. Liam White did respectively take that node back from Hech. But now Decimus is in a predicament. We do see the 3rd point kick in here. That's Beam and Liam right on the splits there. What great splits. The Brutes are going to be prioritized as they were the first Brutes bounding in. Liam's base is now online. We don't see an Apex on up. Just more Suis. Those are going to be placed on hold ground, most likely at home. Liam White now able to click on T2. 40 population versus 48. Let's click on Hech1zero here. Let's take a look at his eco. Also able to click on T2 as well. Continuously pumping those grunts. Liam White does have a scout on this base. Oh, he doesn't know that's there. What? Oh, now he does. Wow, that's crazy. Just a little too far, and that didn't pop up for him. Lord of War has not clicked on T2. He is deciding to upgrade his expansion instead. Liam White hunting for this expansion. He knows that one's on the side. He's also looking for this leader as well. Liam White opting in for the T2 up front here and keep this eco base in the backside. So this makes this base that much harder to kill, but still allots him to be in T2. Liam White is hunting this leader down. Got a nice stun there with the Brute. Suis are coming on in. Vortex should actually be almost back up. Rox is now hunting down this leader. Again, that rally point set off to the side for Liam White. He does want to push that expansion right after killing this leader. Another point here for Liam White. Jumps in the garrison. Jumps out of the garrison. And you can see it. Look, is he drinking coffee? What is this man on right now? He's playing so well. Not fucking around with Hech right now. Apex finally coming on down to help heal that on up. Loading a lot of blue. This is where Liam starts to fall apart. Gets a little excited. He's going to start filling this population here pretty soon. 3rd gen now being set on the front half. There goes Hech trying to bob and weave. See the boundless cycle kick on in. 4th point as he pushes on up. Liam White taking his respective 3rd while he pushes Hech's 2nd base, which is in the position of his respective 3rd. Fox will come on in, should be. He's now T2. Vet 1 as well. Brutes are here to do some damage. NG's in the sky, and Banshees are starting to soar on out for Hech1zero. You see the split push here. A couple of Rangers at home for Liam. A lot of position here as he was trying to overextend. Microing very well, killing everything off to the side. Random edgy. Grunts here in the mix. Kava's in a little bit of havoc. Grunt mines come on down, trying to deny the turret. Rox is sitting full face forward here. Should be shooting those Banshees. Another push from Hech. You have a bulwark that comes down that saves the shield that's coming online. And he's got rangers here, counter units to be able to try to deal with it. Let's see where Hech1z is on the point system. Liam White actually a little ahead in the point department. Turret's on up for Hech1z. He cannot push that base. One turret down. You're going to repoke on this extractor in the back half. Finish what he started earlier. Liam White no longer floating. We don't see any production, all the production buildings up front, but we need to see these units start soaring on out. Rangers are going to try to come home. NG's in the mix. He needs to get it on that extractor. Oh, Liam! He's focus firing here. Great job. That's 5th point for Atriox. Where's the Chosen at? Sitting right up top mid. Shields a little poked and prod. Look at Hech1z. 63 population continuously pumping these grunts. We see the global set here. Probably biting off more than he can chew. He's got a lot of units everywhere. Garrisons everywhere. Still playing defense at home. Grunts. You see some rangers coming on out. Trying to get that hammer still online for himself. And again, he's on the plank here. He's got to play very, very well. Again, this is Rift. I hate this map. It does end up going to a long game. We've seen 2 shields being spent. Liam White investing fully in his bases here. 3rd base is naturally exposed to Hech1z. And you know Hech1z is hurting when he starts to ball up his units. When he's playing well, everything is everywhere. But when he starts to get scared, he starts to ball up his units a lot. And if he's going to be consistent with his playstyle, he has to be able to not do that. 76 population versus 47. Counter units soaring on out for Liam White. He's got to start preparing for that big drop that Decimus is inevitably going to drop in there. 5th point's already online for Liam. And Hech1z's just about to get it. Except he's sitting at a full population, so he can't fully drop in that unit like he wants to. Doesn't have an expansion online yet.
The enemy has captured our power node.
You see the war council set down to try to increase that population. Gonna come try to harass Liam White, who's setting down a 3rd shield generator. And that's gonna come online here and defend his 3rd. Everything is here for Hech1z, beside the grunts. Banshees will be split off to go wreak some more havoc. A lot of turrets for Liam White here. P4 pop, starting to float a lot again. Both players macroing very well in their respective blue departments. Vortex Lightning back online for Hech1z. Banshees in the background, and that's a decent amount of Banshees to do some base damage here. You're coming over to come smack the Reaver. Liam just trying to get the garrison, trying to clear it out. Jumps the Reaver away to save that. Gonna lose that back mini. Does have a shield on at home. 2 turrets on up at home. NGs as well. Beam comes down. Try to clear out the NGs for Liam. As the Warlord and the Atriox face off here. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a beam out of Liam White. See if Hech1z's looking. He snaps back on over. He's going to respectively beam back as well. Well, it's going to be a Vortex to stop the shooting. The Ranger rallied on in, so that will be stunned as well. Rox's shields have barely been popped. Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. Oh, what's going on? Three bases up for Liam White. 3 bases on up for Hech1z. Now seeing the production, the Marauder starting to kick on in here. Hech1z finally increased his population, 70 out of 100 population, 50 out of 84 Liam White respectively. Upgrading his main here, which is acting as his secondary base. And she's going to soar back on in. Liam's loading a lot of eco here, and he needs to start investing it into something. This tug of war is exhausting. And in this game, this series here, again, it's a $50 show match. Scores 3-1 in favor of Liam. Rock's getting a little froggy. A push on up. Ranger in the garrison. Reavers have found the Banshees. They're going to try to chase. Rox is pushing on up. Try to deny this quote-unquote 3rd base here, which is the natural expansion for Hech1z. Switching out from Banshees, 2 Marauders to fill the population. And look at Liam floating almost 4K. Holy cow, brother. Get to T3. Get another gen down. What is going on? Take a look. 90 out of 100 population. Warlord is back on out. It looks like Marauders and NGs, along with the big drop, is going to be choice of units composition coming out of Hech1z. Boundless Siphon Banshees are annoying. NG in the background. Marauder stacking on up here. 95 versus 59. The vet 1 leader. And White is now in T3. No, he's not. What did he spend his eco on? Oh yeah, he is T3. There it is. Reavers come on home. Gonna pick these Banshees off the side. A little bit of sloppy micro coming out of Hech1zero. And here's the push. Liam caught off guard. Get the fuck out of there. He's gonna teleport. Oh my god. Ah! Shit, that scared me. Fucking big drop came in to pick. How did he have sight lines on that? Holy cow. And this is where Liam's mayday, 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 mayday. Pump, 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 pump. Trox is requeued. He is in T3 now. 3rd gen is set in the backside of his base. Pure eco on the expansion there. This is the push that Hech1z wanted. You see, know that he has an E-Rad and Beam in pocket respectively for Liam. Viability already spent for these 2 leaders are just so annoying to deal with, and I don't know if Liam has enough to deal with it. You see a nice choke point, maybe possible beam here. Shield is dropped pretty quick here, and again, these are Boundless Siphon units. Wow, look at the vortex. It's gonna that's gonna be countered by a bulwark. Fox is gonna come on out. We are seeing Wraiths come on out as well. A Blisterback is in the sky, and this is gonna take some micro here. There's still a lot of units in here. Passing beam is on up for Liam. He's probably gonna burn that really quick here. Double beams come down for both players. One trying to get a leader, and the other trying to get some population. Respective things soaring on in for Hech1z. 60 population versus 84, and these 2 big boys are sitting up front. Viability should almost be back on up for that leader. Liam White not looking in a great position here. That Marauder switch was nearly perfect timing for Hech1z. He knows exactly what he needed at the perfect amount of time. Those War Council is going to be focused once more. 30 seconds on out for the Trox. Another Council in the back. Checking Hech1z's micro to make sure. Now Viability comes back down once more to help clean up some more units and do a little bit of pre-damage on the base. Blisterback is doing a great job, but that is microed off by Hech1z to come kill it. Shield Gen set up top mid. P2 leader is hurt. 63 versus 85 pop. Liam White no longer floating any eco. Where's his leader? He didn't requeue it? I think he forgot that he had that here. Yeah, it's 40 seconds out. This will be a little too late. Could have been nearly on out by now. Shield Gen, 20 seconds. I just don't think it's going to last. Everything's going to be focused here. Hank's on the high ground. Big brain plays. That's a Siphon that comes down as well. An active Siphon that was opted in as a leader point. 63 population versus 89. Again, you're seeing some of that in Reavers and a few takes up front. Liam's extra base is hurting right now. 98 pop versus 49. Liam's going to be tried dependent on 1 unit here, and that's going to be the Aatrox is chosen. But again, we have the 2 Decimus leaders on the field. They should be able to bounce back and forth between pools to be able to keep that leader in proximity. The Lord of War is now with us. He's online here. Again, the score is 3-1. It's looking it might be 3-2 here pretty soon. Another leader point, and that's finally invested into mines. The first time we've seen them in this game. Trox is probably going to be in the mix here in just a second. Fuck is Trox at? Am I bugging? Oh, he's on top. E3, he's on the high ground. They might definitely going to lose this. It has his 3rd gen set there and all of his eco accelerated there as well. Turrets on home for him. Back at
The
Hech.
enemy has sent vi-
Three production buildings. Engineers coming on in. Found the siphon on top of the 40% reduction is pretty devastating, especially in the mass numbers. Push this leader forward to come get the last Y ability out. Try to walk it away. Might teleport it.
by the vehicles.
What?
We're being harassed by enemy vehicles.
Oh, 4K spin action here for you boys. Look at him. Oh shit. Fuck you. What's up? Fortune Motor is now online for Hech. 112 pop versus 26. This is dwindling down for Liam White, who should be in a position to be able to quit. Oh, that one tank. Wow. 20 population count at 2-0 out of 100. Loading 100 blue. Liam White stuck in the corner in a rock and a hard place. Liam White trying to bound up forward, getting some production buildings on the back. He has everything in cloak and all of the pads are upgraded. Liam White is now beginning to be pushed here. He is going to drop in a beam. He's trying to get in the garrison. That is a double beam coming out of Liam White at the teleport. Out of Hech1zero onto the main. Both leaders are now upgraded. Liam White still trying, hanging on dearly. More mines being dropped. It's wrapped up here, boys. This is this, you know, put it in a stogie and smoke that shit. That shit is ready, ready for the next map. Oh shit, fungus! Hey, brethren. Hey, Mr. Too Salty. Welcome to the babies. To the Lethal Left baby. Thank you for the thanks for the gift, brother. Mr. Salty. You know, whenever you're out there in the Twitch world, someone's kind of irritating you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little suck my dick. GG's wrapped up 3-2. Come on, boys. Wake up. Holy cow. Now we are going over on to Ashes. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is a best of 7. We've done the natural best of 5 maps. Now we are left with Ashes, and I want to play Fissures Game 7, but I got to talk to the boys here. If not, we will probably most likely go back to Bedrock as game number 7. If Hech can pull this out in the bag, we saw the Lord of War in pocket there, stepping up his game. Again, thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate it so much. 55 viewers, Hech versus Liam White, and a $50 show match. Show match. Again, safe and tasty fungus. Thank you for the subs, gentlemen, and the gifts. Technician, thanks for the prime, brother. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. Lead to the left, baby! Oh shit, the game started. Fuck me. Sorry, boys. Finally seeing that first elite leader pop on out here, and that's going to be respectively for Liam White. Adopted into play Arbiter. Again, Shipmaster, Colony, and Vortis are banned. We are seeing the coming out of Hech1zero. And what a great series we've had so far. A night and day difference. Now that we are seeing 3-2, as previously it was 3-0. Hech1zero now respecting his opponent. Missed the early pathing, but we can start to assume here just a little bit. Looks like Liam opened up a triple supply pad. Looks like he went through the teleporter, was able to overextend and take one mini, as well as securing his own respective minis. Now getting his generator online, in a position to take his back mini as well. Let's take a look at probably went a gen 4th, but Hech1zero likes to do this. He upgrades 2 supply pads, and what he does is he'll path to all of the power on the map, try to compensate for that late generator and no power income. Second gen set in the back. This is also a benefit for it as well. Is also be able to pump a lot of units. So this is just a Hech1zero kind of. I don't even want to make it an ethnic thing, but this is just definitely something he preaches and definitely practices. Was only able to get 1 mini, so we are seeing the Rax is most likely going to try to counter that. So 18 population versus 10 population out of Liam, who's also set down a second generator as well, and he's opting in to choose grunts. Again, no node strat. We will do Q Liam this game if we do see him start to take a node with sentinels on it, with invisible grunts, with no support or no effort trying to clear that out. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 2 minutes. That's all going to be the same there. First generator's upgrade in the background. Liam has eyeballs on that. Knows that later on for 4th point he can help punish Hech1zero here. Again, the strong suits for Hech1zero are going to be Cutter and Colony. And Arbiter as well. Those are the leaders he likes to play. He likes those cheesy backdoor plays on that 3rd and 4th point. We have not seen him utilize Arbiter yet. Probably saying that in the pocket, but again, he is on the plank. The score is 3-2. Got to bring it on up here to be able to stay in this series. Got to win this next match. And again, we'll talk it out with the boys. If it does go to a Game 7, if they want to play on Bedrock or if they want to play on Fissures, I prefer Fissures as a Game 7. More of an instinctual map. Not a lot of repetitions for a lot of people. And at the same time, it's not a very standardized map. It's a lot of all-in for that top mid in the beginning. You can definitely be punished if microed incorrectly. No sound.
Under fire from ground troops.
But there's no sound. Bar's moving. The bar's moving. Rolling me!
Marines under assault from.
But again, guys, thank you for all the support, guys. It's been a lit fucking stream. Again, it's a $50 show match. Thank brought to you by, presented by, empowered by, and put up by New York Legend. Thank you again, brother, for that $50 donation. It looks like Hech1zero going to try to take some map control. It's taking 1 node. He is pressuring that stolen mini off to the side and starting to bound his way forward here. He has units kind of spread out everywhere. And again, this is when he's comfortable. When you see him start to ball up is when he's not comfortable. We are seeing Liam White in T2. He wants to start pumping his counter units here. Check to see if Hech1zero just got his 3rd point. And look at him in a position to try to hurt his opponent's macro once more. But it looks like Rangers are soaring on out. But Liam White doesn't have any vision on this. He has no idea that 2 units are sitting just on the cusp of this vision here. Liam White setting up in a position. He knows his opponent likes to overbuy bases when he's trying to be disrespectful. Again, Liam White not so much of an Arbiter player, and let's see how this pans out for him. He can play it similarly to Shipmaster, but you know, it takes a little bit more micro in your fights compared to relying on that support drop. Nice sniper in the background here. A lot of units teleporting. The rally point set on the nodes. We're now seeing 3 nodes for Hech1zero. We don't see any node strat. He did clear them all out. He's now working on his 4th node. There's the ODST. We heard that slam down. That's going to focus the generator. Liam White's got to snap back on home here. And that's going to be a stasis to heal it and to negate the damage from the ODST mines. What a play! That's concurrently going to pause his income from any buildings that have been stasis, but it gives him time to rally on home. One sniper in the mix. Does look dangerous. Conduit of Rage, again, picking your fights correctly. One splitting off Ranger to fight that there. Stasis another. And that's a great defense. What a play by Liam White. Fully aware here. Again, $50 show match. We've seen these two go at it before. And Liam looking to playing really smart here. Again, but he is forfeiting some of the map. He has no nodes whatsoever. Cutter has full map control currently at the moment. Let's see how he spends some of this eco. He's now in T2. He's upgraded all of his pads. He's taken his minis on back. He's upgraded all of the pads as well. Trying to soar on over in these leader points here. And again, we'll see how uncomfortable Liam is. We saw that third point kick in for mass stasis. And that was able to proc and heal some of that base on up. Suicides come on in. Again, Liam losing all of his minis here and all of the nodes. Got to play it. He's got to play it very, very smartly. He's going to be punished with these drops and a lot of these harassments that Cutter is allotted and able to do. Counter units online. Some of them have to be in a defensive manner. A lot of Rangers on the field, but they are quite slow. Hopefully, we do see some Phantoms kick on in. His macro is not working out really too well. Currently, at the moment, again, he has no map control whatsoever. And look at Hech1z just fighting anything. He threw a nade. He lobbed a nade at some counter units here. And that's going to be fourth point that kicks on in for Liam White. Again, he has eyes now on the teleporter. He's not going to be punished for it. He needs to play defense. He needs to get numbers online. And he definitely needs his leader on out to be able to be in contest, to be able to fight here. Shield comes on up. Liam White rallied the rest of his units away, but we do see a small backdoor with a couple of dispersions. Again, pulling his opponent away. Liam White saying, damn it. Giving a couple of Marauders that'll probably come back here and deal with this pretty soon. There's Hech1z once more swinging to his opponent's blind side. He has that garrison. He has this node and his respective node. Liam completely blind on this side of the map. He saw the swing from this side, so he pulled the units from the right-hand side, which were giving him vision in this lane. And once more, we will see Liam White be pressed on in the main here. Mines come down. Those are combat tech Marines. Again, a lot of power was opted in for Hech1z. He took all of those nodes. We are seeing a late Jerome at 42 seconds, but that should be upgraded as it comes out. And Hech1z just expanded here, and that's going to be countered by Liam's fourth point drop, and now punishing Hech1z for the overextension. Hech1z notices the expansion here. Again, still pressing the main. The shield's health. It's roughly at about half. 2/3, I'd say. Marauder comes back to clean up some of the units at home. Again, Hech1z throwing everything here. 66 pop versus 53, and a lot of that's going to be T2 units respectively for Liam. Rico hasn't been hurt too bad. Arbiter's on now. He is being upgraded. Switched out some of the counter. What's that, a rabbit?
Conduit incarnate researched.
And RB's here, and he's now T2, and that's going to be an issue for Hech1zero. Hech1z pretty much sitting on his fifth point here, and I think he's going to continue to press on in. There's only one turret and one shield. Wow, and again, one more archer missile, and again, the focus is going to be that extractor. And Liam's going to mass stasis his base, or the stasis that base. He's going to be able to stop the damage from the archer missile. And be able to save that gen as he is rallied on home here to be able to save it. The technician backdoor is an FPS term that I used back in the day. And that was basically trying to flank. So you're flanking, you're coming in that back door. When you break into someone's home, it's usually through the back door. You don't go through the front door. So that's more of a terminology that I say, more so than it being maybe a casting term or something that you can Google. But that's just the call-outs that I have from my Halo days, my FPS days. Narby still in the mix. That we saw that big drop again, that harassment here for Hech1z. And his whole point is to hurt his opponent's macro. He took away one generator, and we see the second one fall there as well. And RB is trying to pop his conduit and be be relevant here in this fight, but it's all going to change when this Jerome shows on up. Again, the score is 3-2. Hech1z has to win this one in this $50 show match to be able to stay alive in this series. We saw it 3-0 before, and it's now picking back on up here in this series. It's 3-2, and Liam White giving it all here, trying to close this game out as Hech1z was on the plank for quite some time. 78 pop versus 27, and again, Liam nearly not macroing very well and focusing more so on micro, trying to abuse his leader into his conduit of rage. I don't know what happened to all of his counter units, but they are starting to flow out from that expansion there. But the issue is this tank. Got to get that leader in to be able to deal with it, because that's what's providing a lot of that base damage and a lot counting as a counter unit for anything that Liam has on the floor here. And again, Hech1z overbuying the minis, stopping any more bases, and also help pumping up his leader points as he starts to strip Liam White's main here. We might take this to a game 7, boys.
Our base is under attack.
Marines are ready to go.
We're under attack from ground troops.
Marauder's trying to fluff the population for Liam White here. Still trying to abuse his leader. His front expansion is looking pretty solid here. Did pick up his mini in the background, but Hech1z's trying to counter that with some combat tech, which have a lot of base damage in the background. A lot of things for Liam to look at. Finally gets rid of that tank here. Gets rid of that tank, but that leader is in the pocket now. ODST comes down to try to stun some of the counter units here. Going to focus that as well. Drop a satchel.
Leader power ready. Is ready to serve. Taking fire from enemy infantry. Harvester constructed.
I mean, if this was a best of 5, Liam would have won it, but Hech1z's still in this game. We see another point come online there, and that's the ultimate. That's going to be dropped down. Liam drops a stasis. Stasis is a couple of random ODST over the leader. That cast is going to be super annoying, and Liam is just broke here. Needs to be spending watchtowers to be able to counter this. Falling apart here in this micro. It is pretty late for Liam now. Fourth point drop on defense. They lose that back mini. Pretty close to losing this mini as well. And fuck me, we're going to a game 7, boys. 3-3. Yes, he did, Crucix. We originally watched Almi versus Atrox, but he never showed up. So now we have this matchup, which is the repeat for Liam versus Hech1z in game number 7. Let's wait for them to get back in the lobby. I'm going to put it on Fissures because that's what I want to see. That's what I want to play right now. It's going to be on Fissures. Okay, he's got a point. All right. All right, you're right. I did say Yoda rules. Okay. Again, guys, thank you for all the support. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs, everybody. Thanks you for the gifts, and thank you for helping me host and get that $300 pot going for Liam versus Yoda, which we saw end up in a 4-2 series. Liam, everything is going. What? He said, Liam, everything is going to be okay. Yeah, guys, thank you for the support. Again, that was a Community Throne show match. We watched the two big boys go at it. Yoda won that series 4-2 in a dominant fashion. Unfortunately, I had some network issues, so I could not cast that. But thanks to Redneck for stepping in and helping that make that possible. And this is a $50 show match we're watching here. We watched Liam 3-0 previously. Hech1z was on an Xbox. Now both players are on a PC, and the score is now tied 3-3. What shall come of this? The exhaustion and fatigue is now setting in, as Liam did play Atrox the match before, and he lost that series in a troll fashion. But again, we will watch this matchup go down here on Bedrock. This is game number 7. Again, no colony, no repeated leaders. The leaders for Liam White so far have been Decimus, Consano, Cutter, Forge, Atriox, and Arbiter. Respectively for Hech has been Consano, Serena, Pavium, Yap, Decimus, Cutter. So now Hech has his own respective Arbiter to play, and Liam White also has. Liam is almost out of leaders here. He has his own respective Yap Yap to be able to play. Burn, Trox, Cutter, and Forge, which are pretty much meta, and Shipmaster and Colony are both banned, as well as the auto ban of Vortis. So, they're really digging in the bag here. Which route do they want to take, especially this repeated map going down on Bedrock? But again, this series is brought to you by, empowered by, sponsored by, dealt with by, and put up with by New York Legends. I want Bedrock Game 7. Look at Hetchy. I can hear his voice. Okay, Liam, you lucky for having Yap Yap left. I can hear him when he says that. I can't enunciate it, but I can definitely fucking hear it. Again, this is for 50 smackaroos, boys. Who will take home the $50? I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. But thank you so much for the support, guys. I appreciate it so much. We've been live for 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's felt longer than that. Right, finally, game number 7. Liam White picking his leader. And I'm going with a hunch here. It's probably going to be Yap Yap again. Another meta leader that's not been utilized from Liam yet. Actually already burned his Yap Yap. He lost that matchup on Vault. Crazy game with a random ultimate drop of Grizzlies coming down on the main to be able to stack that main and put Hetchy in such a bad position. Very smart play. Liam there. Again, the score is tied at 3-3. Just curious to see boys are going to be picking here. Again, guys, like I said, we saw the battle of the streamers go down. So if you guys haven't heard, Sir Liam White and Yoda are both throwing their both respective tournaments at the end of this month. I know Liam's is on February 20th. I will be casting alongside that. So go ahead and hit up either of their Twitches or Discords to be able to try to participate in any of those tournaments. I know Liam's is for a $500 pot. Well, the big boys should be showing up for that. So if you want to try to throw your hands against them, like I said, go ahead and check out the respective channels to try the She's trying to wait me out. Oh shit! That scared me. That was loud. Right, boys, and again, like we predicted, those meta leaders are the last set of meta leaders are going to be utilized here, and that's Yap Yap versus Arvidas replaying down on Bedrock in game number 7. This is for all the bones here. It's for all of the money, honey. Let's watch Hetchy click here. I'm curious to see how, again, last time we played this, it was on PC, and now we are running this back. I'm sorry, last time we played this on Xbox, and now we're running this back on PC. So the game feels night and day when you play on such 30 frames per second on the console's rendering over a PC, which is usually at least 60 frames. And if you have the correct monitor to keep up with that, the game just feels absolutely amazing. So let's see how this opens. He notices the fork here.
Harvester constructed.
Continue taking his blue, and it looks like he's in a correct spot to be able to pick up that side mini if he looks at the right time. In position to be able to save that. He's going to path off to the backside. Active cam. There's no node strat, by the way. Uh-oh. We heard active camo research, and again, no node strat is allowed. We will DQ Hech1 in this series if he decides to node strat at any point in this game. Doesn't matter if it's a minute, doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, and Liam White's going to grab that back mini there. And again, we're just going to watch this perspective here roll on through just a little bit. Again, this is for all of the marbles. If you do see that defensive mine, and I don't know if he saw that mine or not.
Mini base complete.
Well, that's a great monitor if he saw that mine.
Extractor constructed.
Yeah, that cloak is on up, but he's not. We're watching him very, very closely here because that's exactly what I'm trying to pay attention to. We see the Gen 4 being put off to the side mini, especially it's a little funny, especially knowing that your mini is stolen on the backside there because you're putting it at cost there. He's not node stratting. I'm watching. Brethren. I know Liam's freaking out right now. He saw that cloak unit. He's freaking out.
We are taking fire.
Shit, had to walk away. What did I miss, boys? No node strat, right?
Our base is under attack.
Pretty sure there's no node strat. He's gonna take that first perspective node. He's gonna push on up a little bit here. He does have cloak. Again, this is not node strat. Liam White applying a little bit of pressure with the fodder. Again, exposing that gen on the backside is just not the best play. He does have that raid camp forward. See how he utilizes this here. Wait, was this a node strat here?
Our base is under attack.
I wasn't watching.
Do I have a target on me or turret complete?
Let me check chat. Somebody's gonna be freaking out. Saw him click, so.
Power ready.
Somebody's freaking out in chat. That was taken away. Trying to challenge there. Those are gone, so he's taking them back. See a small overextension here coming out of Hech1. We don't see the. I didn't see the conduit procced. I didn't see the buff kick in there. I don't think he had it yet. Went stasis. No, there's the conduit. I do see it. I heard the mines come down. I didn't see it. That's going to be turret drop at a third point from Liam White. A lot going on here. He's trying to clear out this back mini as well as defend this gen. Again, he put it in a very hot spot, if you will. That's a lot of pre-damage that's happening to it, and it's going to take some time to be able to heal that on up. One racks on forward, and a second gen set off to the side mini as well. Gonna be able to clean up his side of the map, but a lot of that eco is in a hot spot. Again, Yap Yap is in T2 here, starting to work on his eco. And he is bringing pressure on the backside. He didn't lose any minis, and he is getting some counter units as well. He knows exactly Hech1z's attempt that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be that 4th point drop. Get Hech1z hiding a little cluster of units in that concavity side of that expansion point. And Liam White's going to be able to take out that back mini with those 2 turrets that were doing the prior damage and sort in a couple units that he had left over from the back end. Hech1z's going to end up being able to clear that on out. Does have cloak. As soon as all of these sentinels are taken, that's going to be fair game for Hech1z to be able to clean on up, but Liam's got some counter units to be able to see that and allot him some map control. One final unit on that backside that does give Hech1z the vision to be able to drop in that 3rd point that he's ever so dearly going to want to be able to do again. He likes that. He likes the cheesy plays. He doesn't like to fight heads up. He likes to hurt your macro over and over and over until you are broke, and he's able to push on it and finally capitalize on the damage that he did.
Constructed. Their infantry is targeting us.
Liam knows that one unit was in the back, clean it on up. He has eyes everywhere to be able to scout these backdoor units. I like to consistently push in from Hech1z. We have vetted heavy grunts up in the front without a drop. Liam White is now sitting on his 4th point. Hech1z on the cusp of his. We do know that drop's going to be happening pretty soon. Liam preemptively putting down a shield to negate that. And he's probably going to need some turrets on up to be able to home as well. Conduit is popped in the middle here. A couple of heavy grunts and rangers are rallying on in to help fight against these core units here. And a couple of raid camp units. We are seeing the base damage coming out of... What are those elite grunts? I don't know what these are called. I forgot what they're called. Liam opting in to pick up his expansion, sitting at 77 population, spending all of his money on his economy currently at the moment. Don't see a 3rd gen down. We do know Yap Yap hurts for power so bad. Double mine comes down. That's definitely the first 2 points there. The wagon is from the drop. I lied. I didn't see the drop come in. It might have been on defense. But that's going to allot some buffs and debuffs, and we are now seeing Hech1z that he is in T1, and there's nothing that he can do here. Hech1z's still in T1 with all of that map control. He invested into grunts too early, wasn't able to node strat and pay itself off and be back in the game. And the wagons are here. 77 pop versus 22, and Liam's looking at a great spot. Mass or small stasis comes down on a couple of counter units as he's trying to fight in the mix here, but that wagon again applying those buffs. One turn is on and up, and again he's not sitting. Sitting on 2 gens. One of them was taken out. He's only sitting on 1 gen off to the side. Does Liam know about that gen? And just like that, oh my god. I missed the first 2 minutes and this game is already wrapped up. That is going to be a 4-3 handed over to Liam White. Congratulations, sir. You have earned yourself $50. Brought to you by New York Legend. Again, thank you guys for the support today. And congratulations, Liam, on winning that 50 bones. Wow, GG's. What a